all, I am Chanee Roby, and I am honored to be here with people who have came into my life in different parts of it, from birth to just a couple months ago. So I've been really fortunate to have wonderful women throughout my life a very long time. And at this moment, I feel like it's very important that we talk about through the ages, you know, as we go from one generation to the next, how we keep that communication growing and flourishing so that we can be wealthy in all ways, mind, body, finances, and that comes from us sharing knowledge. So I'm going to introduce everyone. I'll start over on this side. We have Suzetta Whitaker here.
Yes.
Do you want me to say what you're representing, or we want people to guess later?
No, I can tell you what I represent. So I am a talent recruiter. I work for Skills. We help with getting people employment through different organizations and companies, and it's really wonderful to work with Skills because I get to make an impact on everybody's life as far as if they're just starting with employment or searching for a new career, so I get to be a part of that. So that is what I do, and that is who I am.
And what generation are you representing today?
I am a baby boomer.
So my name is Kenya Hawkins. I am a mental health professional. I work with adolescents, African American girls, ages 12 to 25. And I am Gen X?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I am Gen X. And did I say everything?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. That's it for me.
You'll say more.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Frederica. I'm a student at U Chicago. I'm doing the Master of Public Policy and the Master of Nonprofit Management. And I'm also a case manager with Project Donor. So that's a nonprofit that works with organ donors to like provide resource and support to meet those goals.
Okay. And generation.
I am Gen Z. Yes.
I am Stormy Martin. I also go by Stormy Vocals Martin. I am a vocalist professionally as well as an actress, and I have done a few modeling things. And outside of that, my 9-to-5 is a case manager for workforce development, and I am a millennial.
Let's just go straight into it, and I'm just going to give you all something that happened to me that put this all on my heart. So a few years ago, I was sitting with some women, and I said, I'm a question asker. I love to ask questions because all my life, right?
Yes.
We're not going to talk about some of the questions I've asked. Aquarius.
Yes.
So I'm at this celebration, and I feel like the conversation is flowing, and so I say to someone that's older than me, what did you learn? What have you gotten from, growing older? Oh, you'll find out. And my face was devastated. I was like, okay, we got to change that. It stuck with me for a very long time. Now you'll find out. We need to talk about these things. So we're just going to go straight into, we'll start with finance. Because I mean, it's because years go faster than we think.
Yeah,
Rodrigo, these years go faster than you think. Okay.
Yes. So the church started.
Hallelujah. Okay.
Yes, they do.
And it's so important that we understand how our money should work.
Yes.
So I want to just start off there, and I'll give a couple tips, but I wanted you all to share some tips and what you've learned about finances and building that wealth for you and generations to come, and our kids, our nephews, nieces, whatever, and being comfortable to retire, comfortable to quit your job, comfortable to invest. Okay, so we're going to talk about tips and things and all of that. So I'll start with myself. I've been obsessed with real estate for many years, but finally took the leap and purchased my first building. So I found that as a tool, it dawned on me like, once this mortgage is paid off and this property hopefully will keep gaining equity, this is going to build, I keep this forever. This could be my retirement fund. So that is what I find I lean more to as a tool of, besides your Roth and your retirement fund and all of those.
Right.
But what I'm asking you is, how do you save? Any tips on what we should do and shouldn't be doing as far as building that wealth? Anyone want to start?
I would say you would look at it like a Lego block.
Okay.
Because I recently found out some great things about how to use insurance policies to build your wealth, and how you can set that insurance policy up not only for in time but also as a bank. You can make it your own bank. You can pull money from it. It is just really a great tool that we as African Americans do not know about. And then also, so you start there, and the younger you are, the better it is, because they can pull it from your account. I find that the best way to save is pay yourself first. And in paying yourself first, you do not see the money, so you don't know it's missing. And it will build. And you put it into some accounts that's growing, like they talk about now, the saving accounts with the high interest rates, or again with the insurance policies. You can start those. They're called IULs, and that's how you would set that up. And then you would go into your emergency fund. One thing I would not do that I made a mistake of first was I brought real estate first, which was fine. But when you're young, you don't know what that means. But it turned out to be profitable when I sold it. That's when I realized, okay.
That's a big point that I kind of want you to talk about if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I fell in that, and I can talk about it. I bought real estate a lot at a young age.
Yes.
And I'm a doer.
Yes.
Okay? That's what we're gonna call me. I'm a doer.
Me too.
And just being
Absolutely.
a doer, I needed to step back, and that's where community came in for me, and I realized the importance of having a planner.
Absolutely.
Because I'm just, this is a good deal. I'm gonna get this much rent.
Yep.
It makes sense. Not planning for this person to try to pay me in food stamps, and I'm still gonna pay this mortgage.
Yeah.
So. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
You just opened
we're
something.
we're from the same fabric. So,
yes.
My first thought, I had just moved back to Chicago. I already knew that this is hot down here because it's near the lake. Like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a building. That's the other thing. You do have to think to plan, because my way of thinking is always get your money, get it started, let's go. Now, you're gonna need electric, you're gonna need furnaces, you're gonna need work people, you're gonna need this. I was like, wait a minute. You mean I have to pay for the door and the eye thing that goes in? And where is the knobs? So all that was shocking. Okay. Brought my first house. It was actually a gray stone on 46 in St. Lawrence. Beautiful space, but it was still rough down here. Didn't know about that. Walked in. There was something in there that I was like, we're not going to be friends. 4 legs and all. I was like, I'm out of here. So, but now I own it, so I have to deal with it. So now I have to get that done. So I bumbled through and was able to make it through all of that, but not having that emergency fund, then I had to sell. But I brought it for $60 and sold it for $170, so I came out on top.
Oh yeah,
And I came out before it hit. Because that's right when the market was
2008,
drop.
right before 2008.
And it was so funny because a lot of people didn't know what was going on down here. So I went back and got the same agent that sold it to me. And when she first came, that's the other thing, you have to have an eye. You can't wait for the crowd. Because a lot of people said, I'm not going down there because it's not where it's supposed to be. That's another piece of tip on the investment. If you get a tip and you understand what it means, like the elements in this situation, it's near the lake. It's near downtown. Transportation. It's near the L. It's near the bus. You're 15, 20 minutes from downtown. These are things you have to look at. That's the other thing as you start investing. You have to think. Like, invest in what you dealing with. Don't do a fad. Do something that's going to last. And that's what real estate does. But a lot of times we don't understand how to think it through. So once you purchase it, try to have an emergency fund on the side where you can build things that pop up. Because you can purchase where you can get a rehab, right? And then in this case, that wasn't my case, because I was like, I just need this because I know 47 about to blow up. So I need to be down here. So I was able to come back. I'm on 44th in Calumet now. And it was a different deal. Because I was able to understand, okay, don't freak out. You need to buy the door with the door knob. You need the toilet with the piece that go with that and the sink with the faucet. So it was a different adventure this time. So the next piece is, so I was able to buy some other piece next to me. So now it's like, okay, now I want to build. So now I'm at this point where how do I get to that point? But I do understand like you said, do you want to do equity or do you want to do a credit?
Mm-hmm.
You do better doing the credit line because if you do equity, your stuff will go up. So you have to understand, there's a lot that needs to be taught when it comes to dealing with this real estate.
Yes.
But it's worth every moment of
It's
it.
worth
Can
every moment.
you jump on in and finance, but you might go into real estate because I know your love is there.
Well, I would say as far as real estate, I've been able to see the fruits of my family purchases with real estate. My granddad worked for Inland Steel, and my grandmother was a housewife, and they purchased their first property on Woodline.
Okay.
And they sold the building and really did very, very well because it's in the heart of High Park. And then my grandmother was very intelligent, extremely intelligent. She bought a lot of co-ops in High Park off of Drexel.
Okay.
Co-ops don't take a lot of money really to purchase. You have shares in the building. So she got those. And then my mom bought a condo. We call it the Valley, like 51st and St. Lawrence.
Okay.
And we flipped that too. So my real estate experiences just come from watching my family invest in real estate and make wise choices. But as far as what I've learned financially, I had a lot of overhead. Right, I kept a lot of overhead.
Expensive.
Right.
Yeah, expenses. I had my son, 21, in college, came back home. Graduated from Alcorn State University in Mississippi. I got to shout them out. And yeah, so taking care of my son, it was just a lot of overhead. I've never had a budget. I just spent, right? Put my son in private schools, all these daycares, just spending. Not really paying attention to how much was coming in and how much was going out. So learned after struggling for a number of years that has to change. You know, and it really was keeping up with the Joneses, being green, you know, not setting a budget. So now, where I am now, I'm very modest. Like I will go to a thrift store.
Love a thrift store.
Love a thrift store.
I'm a thrifter.
You know, people be like, I'm not wearing other people's clothes. I go to the thrift store. You'd be surprised how many people high-end thrifting, right?
Hello, to going to the thrift store
Store
and selling it.
and reselling
Selling
it, reselling
Right.
it. Now when I go into a store, I go to clearance first.
Absolutely.
I go to clearance first, right? What can I do? I price match. I'm just more mindful of what's going out versus what's coming in.
Absolutely.
Because just being very honest, I don't want to be poor.
No.
That's right.
I don't want to be poor. I want to live comfortably. So, and I try to keep streams of income. Now, as far as investing, I'm antiquated with that, right? Because I've worked, so I've done the 401ks, things of that nature, credit union, savings account. I'm not as aggressive as in investing as I would like to be. But I do want to spend my latter years spending more of other people's money.
Absolutely.
Can you say, what does that mean though?
Other people's money, I really want to leverage credit,
Absolutely.
paying it off. And to y'all point, equity, things of that nature. So I'm real estate broker. So from doing real estate and all of that, like I'm still kind of, I see the benefit in real estate, but that's not where I want to really start my aggressive investing. Because I want to be a snowbird eventually. I want to come here for summertime shy, and when the winter starts, I got to go. So I am right now really trying to figure out how to, again, other people's money so that I can get what I want and do what I need and have more accessibility to money. But that means you have to have like that 800 credit, business credit. Like that's where I am. And how can I leverage AI and technology to live a life of leisure and earn an income? So I'm shifting right now financially from the antiquated way and really looking at younger generations because they are out here killing it.
Yes,
Killing
they
it.
Like they
Yes,
getting
they
that,
are.
they are getting the
They
bag,
getting
baby.
They
They
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
And however they getting it,
They getting the bag.
they get it.
They
You
get
know,
it.
they
Yeah.
get it.
And we need to be okay learning.
And we need to be
from
okay.
them. Yes.
Absolutely. Learning
Absolutely.
from them. They have mastered technology.
Yes.
They have mastered the crypto and all this other
Everything,
stuff.
yes.
Gaming. Like
Gaming.
they make a business out of everything.
Influencers. Did you say
Influencers.
that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Influencers.
Like watch me
Yeah.
eat lobster
Yeah.
and listen to my sound.
Yeah.
I'm charging you
Right.
$150.
What
They
is
know
that?
eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Lord.
I want to be more adventurous
Yes.
in my investing
I
and
agree.
relax those antiquated
Yes.
ideologies that I was
That we grew
taught.
under.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like
But they still work.
they absolutely work.
You
But
might
I
can.
am.
But you
but
build
I-
them all.
yeah,
Put them
I gotta.
all.
Lego
I need
block.
to make some gumbo with them.
Yes. Create your own kingdom mix. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
And I'm 23 right now, but I don't want to like retire at 80. I don't retire at 70. So it's like you have to start.
At the rate he going, we all gonna
Man.
Then you gotta like work around
You gotta
people
work.
like him, like
Goodness.
Right?
Right? At the rate he going.
like right now, nobody really making as much money as they were.
Oh, no.
Social Security is disappearing bit by bit. Income
Oh,
tax
yeah.
is getting harder.
Yeah.
So like, you have to like work around your government not trying to help you get money.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say for younger people, it's school. Like if you have the time to go, like I'm going to get a master's, and I'm waiting on the refund check. I can't wait for my refund check to come.
I need to trick mine off. You're so mature.
That's saving in a high yield savings account.
High yield savings. Mm-hmm.
But
That's
don't.
awesome.
Your
I
credit
gotta
cards have
be
them.
careful. Yeah, I have a high yield savings
Yeah.
account, but I'm just saying that's a smart way of.
Mm-hmm.
Invest.
Investing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the refund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure you pay it before their interest kicks in too.
I'm really not trying to sound like Mary J. Blige today, y'all. Okay? And what I mean by that is, like, literally all my life I've had to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I literally got it out of the mud. So when y'all talk about saving, the most I've probably ever saved was through a credit union.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the person that lives paycheck to paycheck.
Mhm.
And we talk about generations, millennials have it the toughest, to be honest with you. And the reason I feel that way is because we were brought up, go to school, work as hard as you can, and get a good job.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to college, work as hard as you can, get a good job. I did that, and I did not get a good job because, like she said, now when I got a bachelor's, they like, do you got a master's?
Wow.
So I'm steady trying to climb. And I have 3 streams of income, no kids, and I still don't make enough money to pay my bills. Now, do I live above my means? Now I am living above my means because at the time I had a job that could afford where I lived.
Okay.
So but as far as car-wise, I wasn't. Also, tragedy. That's something that none of us talked about here when it comes to finances. So every time I had some money, I had to use that money because I was in a tragic situation. So, prime example, I went to a high school where I was on the honor roll. I went to a college prep school. Shout out to Providence St. Mel.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Providence St. Mel. And I
He
am
was
a
a prop. Oh.
and he looks familiar. That's why I said he looks familiar. I'm a Southsider. But yeah, Paul Adams, he didn't play. And every time you got on the honor roll, we got stocks. So you got on the A honor roll, you got 100 shares of stock. If you got on the B honor roll, you got 50 shares of stock. Well, I was on the A honor roll most of the time of me being there. But my family fell down hard at one point in my life, so I pulled all of my stuff to be there for family. So no more savings. Another time I got a big lump sum of money in life. I was hit by a car. Yeah, well, that was that was in Atlanta. I was hit by a car, but because I was transitioning in Atlanta, I had to use that
money
to survive because people were telling me that they wanted to pay me $9 an hour, even though I had years of experience and I had a bachelor's degree. So how am I supposed to survive? I got a husband. At the time, we were trying to work on having a child. Why? And we were not financially stable. I don't know, but I was getting older. Also, I have health issues, so we can get on that too. Where we talking about savings, ain't no savings when you got serious health issues and you don't have a lot of medical insurance. Then another time in my life, I had some money. I put it in a 401k. I invested, but then I got a divorce, and I had to start my life all over again from scratch.
And you moved back to
I moved back to Chicago.
Yeah.
This is around the time that I met you.
So,
when we reconnected, and I used that money to relocate. So what money? And also when I have jobs that don't want to pay me above $60,000 a year, and you got to try to survive because you got a car note, you got car insurance, you got health insurance you got to pay for, you got groceries you got to pay for, you got rent you got to pay for. So there was never a time that I can think of right now as we're having this conversation that I could really save. Like I said, I used the credit union. I had a 401k. I was doing what I thought was smart. The way credit cards were introduced to me, my mother was like, don't you ever get a credit card.
Okay.
We talk about that in black households too. She was like, don't get a credit card because credit cards give you debt. She never explained to me at the time when I was first introduced. Now, years down the line, she explained to me more how credit cards work. But because of her fear and because of things that she made mistakes with, she told me the smartest thing to do is to just stay away from them. And so when I finally did get a credit card, I didn't understand. This was in college and refund checks. And like she said, I'm getting this money. And I'm like, yeah, it's money. Yeah. But not thinking I got to pay this back eventually.
That part.
So, and when I got the credit cards, I'm also a giver. So, and because I'm the oldest, I'm just always used to like trying to do for people. So like, I got credit cards like a dummy at a young age and bought up all of this stuff for people, not even really myself.
It wasn't
like
dummy.
People that I love.
Yeah.
Don't say dummy. Don't never use that.
But I felt really stupid. And then somebody broke into my car and stole all of that stuff, y'all.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So, anyway, that story was told because now I got these high credit limits that I just spent all this money on and no money to pay it back. And that was my first introduction to credit cards. Now, I did do some things, like I worked with people to help me get my credit back together. When I met Chanee, got a nice paying job, pay off those credit cards, climb my way all the way to the top. This was just like 3 years ago. Finally getting out of debt, finally not having, I had a credit score insecure. They had made a joke about having a credit score of 4 something. No, that was my life. Like, I never had a credit score above a 500 ever up until 3 years ago. I'm 42 years old. And I was so proud of myself. I was able to pay my bills. I was able to do this. I was able to get out of debt. I had a 730 something credit score.
Come on now.
I was so proud of myself. And then I got hit by a semi-truck. Y'all, I told y'all I'm not trying to sound like Mary J. Blige. But drama, struggle my whole life. And I'm still, I also forgot to mention earlier that I'm a loctician as well. So all of these things bring me income: singing, acting, loctician, and I got a 9 to 5. But after I got hit by the semi truck, I was wrongfully terminated. So my pay rate went down by $20,000 a year. And now I'm in this house that I could afford, apartment that I could afford at one point, still same car note, still same bills, with $20,000 less a year. So, in real estate, I've always been scared because of other people's scary stories about owning properties. I do have some people in my family that are successfully owning real estate, but they never really shared with me like that's their business. Exactly. Yeah. Nobody's ever set me down like, hey, let me show you how to do
and
this.
Most people don't want to talk about finance.
They don't, because that's their personal business.
That's what we're.
That's why we're here.
Like, where do we even get that from?
Yeah,
like, it's my personal business. I don't talk about my finances. but other ethnicities have roundtable discussions at dinner and reunions about money.
And they
you see it going on now.
actively
Right.
send for their people. One opens the store,
Yes,
saves the
yeah.
money,
Yes.
sends
You
for.
know,
Yeah.
But
But
I
we
just
used to do that, so I don't know where the breakdown came, because that's where Black Wall Street and all that came from.
Yes.
So somewhere along the
Absolutely.
line, we let somebody dip in and tell that's the whole situation.
Segregation.
We let somebody dip in.
It's like we celebrated in my family. Like if people get a nice house, it's like, oh my God, look at your house, this is amazing. But we don't really talk about how we got it and what to do to maintain it. My mom, she's in a better state now where she does explain things to me sometimes. But I think as far as that relationship goes, a lot of parents don't want to talk about the things that they struggled or messed up with because they feel embarrassed or ashamed.
Right.
So they feel like,
judged,
well,
so you gonna judge
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes when I ask my mother
Agreed.
about things, just even learning from her from buying a house, I'm learning things.
Yes.
But the thing, like you said, doorknobs, plumbing, all of this stuff, it makes me scared. Like, I'm like, well, I always say, when I do get some money, because I did tell y'all I got hit by a semi-truck.
Right, it's coming.
It's coming in the name of Jesus. I'm going to get me a financial investor, advisor, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk about all type of stuff. I have you all's numbers, so I will be talking to you all too about financial things because I too. That's one of my biggest fears of being poor, being a homeless person. I don't want to be in that situation. I'm trying to figure out how to make my money work for me, how to bring in residual income, which is why I am a content creator.
Yes.
I do different things because I'm trying to figure out how can I make more money without having to work so hard.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and then I just want to touch on something. You brushed over your pain and went to like enlighten this conversation, but I want to thank you for being completely transparent,
Yeah.
completely. So I want to go back to some of that because you touched. You said what money, you know, and that's why we're here. What are some things that can change? Because we got to change the trajectory.
Yeah.
You're an amazing singer. You know, you're super intelligent. How do we change that? Because right now, to me, I feel like you feel defeated. You know that?
When I tell the story, I do. But like you said, I do know that I'm talented. I do know that I'm creative, and I do feel that it won't always be like this.
Right.
But listening to all of you all stories, especially her, knowing that she's old enough to be my daughter, and I'm very happy and proud of you. I don't ever want it to seem like I'm not. But I'm sitting over here like I am not accomplished financially compared to y'all, and that sometimes is embarrassing. That sometimes makes me feel inadequate. But I know that there's hope. Like, why would I not treasure all of you and get tips and figure out how I can help myself? And not know what to do. I just got to be able to have the resources. I don't know everything, but I know something. I told y'all each time how I got out of it. So I know some things, but it's important that I'm grateful that I met y'all so that I can have a better future.
So you really just taught me something, and I'm going to try not to cry at any of this and just talk.
No, I'm trying not to too.
I don't talk about, I get to what I did. I don't talk about how I got there and going in the bank, going in Chase to get my last $5 out because I couldn't pull out the ATM at the time. I don't talk about those things, you know, because they create this, you know. But in you being so transparent and sharing your story, it makes me understand that I have to share that side because that hope is needed, you know, and we all have it in different ways of how it's happened. But we're so, we want to block it out. But that's a gift you have that you got it. That's a gift because you are always going to tell the truth and give all of it. But that's a gift.
But that,
you know?
it is a gift, and it's invaluable because that's how, to your point, through the ages, that's how we all evolve as women, right? When we are able to share our stories and talk about what we've been through in a space where you don't feel judged. You know, I could say safe, because for me, some of the friendships that I had or relationships or even family, I didn't feel comfortable sharing with them what I have been through because you got all that education.
Oh, wow.
You got all that education or just different relationships. So it's really good that you are comfortable to share that because you just never know how that can impact someone else. And hearing your story when you talked about the different lived experiences you had, but you always managed to have it to make it. So that is a
powerful.
steward of finances, right? Because you had it to make it, and that's the lesson I had to get a lot too. I had a high overhead, but I always had it to make it. But that Jefferson's mentality, just getting by, because I knew I had a job, I knew I had this, but I also was a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I'm over here doing this, I'm over here doing that, I'm over here doing this, I'm over here doing that, and I'm getting pieces in every area. But if I focus on one and really hone in on one, give one a year and see what that one will do, my trajectory changed, my mental health changed, my physical health changed, and my financial health changed because I stopped putting time in places that to your point, I would say I was taught that too. Go to school, get a job, get your pension, and you will be okay. But then things shifted. That's not where we are right now.
No, it's not.
That is not where we are right now. That is over.
It's completely
that is over, right? That is over. We in a time where get you a trade, get you a hustle, and put something over here.
They job hop a lot.
Yeah,
too.
and I think that's great.
Pay me my word.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think that's awesome. So
exactly.
To hear your story and hear how multifaceted you are, I would encourage you when you get this next blessing, hone in on one and give one of your gifts a full year.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah.
It's actually
the power
the beginning
of
of that.
The power of one. Yeah.